Are you sure it's safe?
Come on, but the eyes of God.
Freddie. You give the best kisses.
I can live upon hope. You cannot doubt the love of one who has waited so long and patiently. I will be constant, and never feel a wish for any other. You will come to Shipton.
I will have to save and bring you there as my companion. You will sleep in the blue room, and I'll drape silk from the ceiling. It'll be like some exotic tent in Arabia.
I do love you.
What is it?
Well, we'll need servants to fan us. It gets hot in a tent.
I'll fan you. Day and night.
Wilt thou think of me, love, when thou art far away? Oh, I'll think of thee, love, never, never stray.
Miss Lister, forgive me, please. But everybody, we have some happy news. The lovely Mariana Malcolm is to be married to Charles Lawton.
I wanted to tell you.
Marry me. Marry me.
You're hurting me.
Marry me and to remember yourself.
Come, dear. We need to have a toast. Everybody to the future mistress of Lawton Hall. Mistress of Lawton Hall. I'm so happy for you, my dear.
Well, brother, I think there'll be a good dinner.
We'll come straight back if not.
I have made up my mind always to wear black, to free myself from the tyranny of fashion. But today?
Yes, Aunt, today.
I charge you both as you will answer at the dreadful day of judgment, when the secrets of all hearts will be disclosed. If either of you know any impediment why you may not be joined together, you must now confess it. Wilt thou have this woman to be thy wedded wife?
I will.
Wilt thou have this man to be thy wedded husband?
I will.
Thank you. Lovely.
And? Mrs. Lawton? How remarkable you look. It's preferable to being commonplace. We'll still see each other. All right. Why?
Are you coming out? I won't walk.
We're worried about you, Anne. You've not had a proper meal in weeks. Should I send for the leech woman?
No.
Are you sure?
I'm quite well.
You don't look it. Nothing wrong with you. You're wasting away. I know what it's like when you lose your friends to marriage. It'll be your turn soon, if you make an effort.
must no longer think of Mariana. I shall devote myself to study and to literature, and become more eminent than the mistress of Lawton Hall and everyone hereabouts. If I once give way to idleness, I shall be wretched.
Bugger.
Nothing for you, Anne. Good girl.
And how have you employed yourself this morning, Anne?
Most of it Demosthenes. I feel considerably improved.
Oh, you're that proficient.
I'm a better Grecian now than I ever was.
Should you read so much, having been unwell? It can't help.
Nonsense, sister. Best thing for her.
I've decided to publish, and as I've yet to settle on a subject, I must read widely. I wish for a name in the world.
A husband's name might stand you in better stead.
One year. Still no word. Oh, that I had a fit companion to beguile the tedious hours. What if I should, by and by, meet with another? Such is our imperfect nature that dissipation may prove more efficacious than reflection. How did you find the seminar?
I fear I slept through most of it.
It was rather dullish.
Excuse me. Miss Lister, isn't it? I believe you dropped this.
Oh, how kind. It was my mother's. I should be devastated if I lost it. Miss
Brown.
Miss Brown. Delighted.
This is my mother.
Miss Lister, how humbled and honoured we are to meet you.
It's a pleasure to make the acquaintance of the prettiest dressed girl in church.
Miss Brown. Thought I spied a suspicious bonnet.
Are you all right? You seem out of breath.
Must be the sight of you. I feel a bit giddy at it. You must take my arm and steady me. Do I scare you?
You have such a penetrating countenance.
Sometimes I'm more anxious to be penetrating than others.
Forgive my demeanour. I have thought of you often since our first meeting.
Thinking of me often and not liking to look at me. All goes well.
What?
Why, our great friendship, of course. Tell me, do you like the poetry of Byron?
Oh, yes. Perhaps too well.
Then already we have something in common.
I hope you will accept this as a token of affection from a friend.
Byron's Don Juan. Oh, Miss Lister, thank you.
I've ridden in it.
Tu fair Callista. What does it mean?
It derives from the Greek, for most beautiful.
Oh, you have a romantic nature. I admire that.
I find a slight tincture of romance in a character makes one more agreeable, don't you think?
Oh, yes, most definitely. Though with your manners and kind attentions. Can't help wishing you were a gent.
Wish away.
That Miss Lister. We rarely see you these days, Miss Lister.
I am devoting myself to my studies. Greek and Latin, mostly.
To what purpose?
Oh, my only pleasure is employing myself profitably.
Only pleasure? It seems you make an exception for Miss Brown.
I walk with her occasionally. She's interesting and gentle with her manners.
I understand her father's in trade. How did you come to know such a girl?
We scraped an acquaintance at church.
Can you name your sentiment for her, Miss Lister?
Perfect esteem.
You're an odd one, Anne. I always tell people you're natural. The most natural person I know. But that nature was in an odd freak when it made you.
That is fair. I always consult my inclination. I find cultivating a complimentary stream with ladies makes life more agreeable to us all. Oh, well, Mrs. Rawson, I was meaning to say how the curl of your hair today is most complimentary to your face.
Anne?
A letter for me?
From Miss Norcliffe, I believe. Why do you persist in such manly pursuits, Anne? Pistol is not becoming to a lady.
Tip's coming to visit.
Oh, right.
Give me that.
Only if you name your sentiment for me, Anne.
Give it to me, Tib, or you can leave now.
Don't get in a pother. I couldn't understand half of it. You obviously put the interesting bits in cold. Bits about Mariana.
She's of no concern to me.
So you don't want to know I saw her sisters last week in York?
And?
All goes swimmingly. Apparently, Mariana's quite taken to Cheshire. And a big house and a choice of carriages and all the finery money can buy.
Then let her stay there.
Has she written?
No. I told her not to.
Good. Well, she's an unfaithful friend. She stole you from me. Betrayed you with Charles. We're both better off without her. And she's not as pretty as she thinks she is, either. So, tell me about your Miss Brown. Have you kissed her?
No.
Well, do you think you can mould her in the amatory way?
I don't know. She's pretty, but she's an innocent, and I fear stupidish.
Perfect for a dalliance.
But I'm too busy with my studies. Mornings are taken up with Greek and Latin, and afternoons with French and algebra.
Algebra? Algebra?
If I can fit it in, and what with flute and pistol practice, there's barely any time over.
And when was the last time anyone played on your flute?
It's a lonely existence, to be sure.
How about a kiss from Tib? It might do you some good.
I won't hold you to anything.
I'm yours. For the taking.
You are good to me.
Sorry, Anne.
Miss Brown. Miss Norcliffe, my oldest and dearest friend.
A pleasure.
Indeed. The house was built as long ago as 1420. Listers have owned it for over 2 centuries. I have every hope in succeeding my uncle and becoming the 15th proud owner.
You'll need to produce an heir.
I can more easily find one. Marriage isn't for everyone, Miss Brown. I have in mind to settle with a female companion.
Someone like Miss Norcliffe.
Or someone else. Who suits me?
Sounds like the recipe for perfect contentment.
Anne won't let anyone through here without a kiss.
It's true, it's an old game of mine.
Oh, kissing is such an odd thing. People say such queer things about it.
Well, there's kissing. And there's kissing. You have paid your tariff, Miss Brown. You may pass. I immerse myself in study. Miss Brown may look very pretty, but accepting her good luck, she has very little to boast. She seems innocent and unknowing as to the ways of the world.
Close to the subject hand. I think I'm alright to look at antiquities.
Oh, you and your uncle got enough books between you. Why don't you spend your allowance on a nice bonnet? Or a bit of lace?
My dearest Freddie, I barely know how to start. I cannot justly account for so long a silence, especially as I think of you always. I so wish to get a sight of you. I realise any obligation you had to me was cancelled by my marriage. But if you can find your way to Manchester on the 18th of November, I shall be there, unaccompanied, at the Albion Hotel, en route from York. Perhaps you have found another. I would understand, though it would break my heart.
Sister, just in time. We have mutton chops and gooseberry tart. You're very quiet. Two ladies who haven't seen each other in so long. You're not hungry, Miss Lister?
No. I'm sure Anne's tired after her journey.
Oh, no doubt. Shockingly bad road, that, from Halifax. Last time I went that way, it was full of pools of water deep enough to take a bath in. Well, if I was inclined to bathing.
Forgive me. I feel suddenly unwell. You said you would be alone.
He surprised me.
I can't possibly stay.
Oh, please. Please, don't go. I've missed you so.
Haven't you missed me? Why didn't you write?
What can I say?
Will you be wanting your mutton chops? It seems a pity to waste them.
You have them.
I hope you're feeling better, Miss Lister.
I'm going to sit with her a while.
Oh, quite right.
How often are you connected with him? Don't. Do you get pleasure from it? Do you?
Only through thinking of you.
Then you do get pleasure from it.
Don't ask me these questions. You've no idea what I suffer.
What you suffer? What you suffer? You chose him! You were not innocent!
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's not waste this precious time.
You broke my heart.
Knowing Mariana has been the reign of rain.
Ruin.
Out of practice with your crypt and the ruin of my health and happiness. What is her match but legal prostitution?
Forgive me. I was angry.
I was wrong to do it.
We were both wrong. You to do it, not me to let you.
It's true, everything you say, but you must never doubt I love you.
I know you do. That's the worst of it.
What are we to do? Charles is not a young man. He does not live well, you can see that. We could plan for the future.
I tried that.
A real future, with independent means and respectability. A widow and her companion.
I want you with me, Shipton. By my side always.
And when Charles dies, when God grants it, I shall. I promise.
To be my wife.
As you are my true husband.
were both to be married?
Yes. Wrap and send these to the Albion. Consider it an engagement. The day you come to live with me, we shall wear these rings on our fingers.
Perhaps I could come and see you on your birthday. I long to see Shibden again.
I'll make sure it's fit to be seen.
And these. Our carriage is ready, my dear.
Very well.
Well, goodbye, Miss Sister. Stay on in the room until your coach leaves.
Thank you, Mr. Morgan.
Might I...
You ladies. Did you get the other bag? Yes, sir. Knock it like that.
Sister? Oh, sister. Oh, I've missed you.
I've hardly been away.
I thought of you all last night so much that I couldn't sleep.
You mustn't think so much of me after going to bed.
Are you going to be in town again soon?
I'm not sure. My trip has given rise to much work on the estate.
I understand. Call on me.
You seem much improved for the trip, Anne. I do believe there's a little more colour in your cheeks.
Did me good, Aunt. A change of scenery lends perspective. I've had so many ideas for improvements to Shibden. I've been thinking about them all the way home.
Sit down a moment, Anne.
What say you to a carriage drive to sweep our guests in? I mean, at the moment, one happens upon Shibden abruptly with no time to luxuriate in anticipation.
It's a house, Anne. Not one of your romantic novels.
It's our ancestral home, Uncle. We should be cultivating it and showing it off to our friends with well, woodland walks and waterfalls.
Please, Anne, sit down. There's something we wish to discuss with you.
What is it?
We've been talking while you were in Manchester.
Well, your aunt's worried. We haven't done enough to encourage suitors your way. And as neither of us married, we're not wise as to what we should do.
You've seemed so lonely of late. Perhaps the time is right.
Well, it's not necessary. I'm going to be so busy with all this work on the estate.
Shibden can look after itself, Anne.
Walk in the grounds and you'll see it cannot.
Perhaps if you had a suitor, you wouldn't bother me with these woodland walks.
And perhaps if I had a woodland walk, I'd have somewhere to take a suitor. What is that?
Your so-called progress. And I'll have none of it.
I shall not be vexed. I shall, by and by, have my way with the estate. But now I know Mariana's heart is mine. Secluded as I am, I have the means to happiness.
Oh, damn. My hand's as cursed as...
I have in mind to create an index of similars, Uncle. Good ones are often astray when one needs them.
Your turn.
As strong as Hercules, as licentious as Tiberius. You do not think it would be useful, Mr. Rawson?
For ladies with nothing better to do, perhaps.
I have plenty to do. I merely strive for a little self-improvement.
There are more useful improvements one can make, miss.
Oh, do tell. Judging by the explosions we hear coming from your estate, you're engaged in great struggles.
Are you thinking another mine, Mr. Rawson?
As many as I can cram in. The land is choking with coal.
Miss Walker's father, God rest his soul, sunk a small mine on his estate.
And who manages it now, Miss Walker?
Her brother.
Is it worth your while, Mr. Rawson?
It's like digging up money. The Walkers and I shall be rich. As rich as Midas.
My mind always turns to you, and the prospect of a safe mooring. You will not, you cannot forget I am your constant, faithful, affectionate.
Mr. Rawson downstairs for you, miss.
Christopher Rawson's come to call.
So I understand. Has Uncle seen sense about coal mining?
Better go and see.
Mr. Orson, how funny you should come. I set myself a course of reading on geology just this morning.
Then I shall leave you two to discuss it.
Miss Lister, I hope you're well today.
I am. Thank you.
You look very healthy.
Sit down, Mr. Orson. Let's talk coal.
It was your uncle put me in mind to come. He made me see how beneficial it might be. Your assets are rich and unexploited.
Paddy's realised it, at last.
Our estates join each other. If they were to become one, we could be influential around these parts. I'd leave you all the time you wanted for your books and similes and such. Your uncle says you have a passion for landscape gardening, which I'm happy to indulge. In short, Miss Lister,
No, but...
I've come to ask...
please don't.
I've come to ask you to marry me and join our two noble estates into one.
Mr. Orson, I thank you for your interest, but I couldn't possibly say yes. There is a certain sentiment that I don't feel for you.
Love, I suppose.
I couldn't possibly marry without it.
Oh, you sound like a foolish girl. I'm giving you a chance to grow up and have a place in society.
And I'm gratefully declining.
You know I came against my better judgment. Polite society cannot conceive of certain practices, Miss Lister. But I move in other circles, where people point at you. They call you Gentleman Jack. They say you like the ladies, perhaps too much. They say even worse in the alehouses after a few.
You should count yourself lucky you were spared such a wife.
Presume it's all true, then?
Presume what you wish. Good day.
I myself think there is more to you than most women.
I don't want a husband. I appreciate your efforts in finding me a suitor. I really do. But you really don't have to bother.
Child, don't you want a husband and little ones and life about the house?
I want my independence. I want to keep my name and I want to be a proud Lister until the day I die. Like you both. You are the model of how I wish to live.
Well, as you wish.
I shan't be lonely, and I hope to settle with a female companion.
But who?
Someone who suits me. There will be no fortune hunters, and the estate will be well cared for.
I trust you. Woodland walks are no woodland walks.
Thank you, Uncle.
Well, I suppose a lady will know what pleases you better than a man.
All this trouble for me?
Happy birthday, Anne. This is gift enough having you both here.
Well, open it.
Thank you, Tib. Oh, I already have it. But this one's beautifully bound. She'll give it to my aunt.
Here's something from me. I hate to see you all in black.
It's beautiful.
Come to the glass. Let me put it on.
I'm down the hall, am I?
so glad to have you with me.
Thank your father, Miss Norcliffe. That's a fine brace of pheasant he sent over.
We shot them ourselves.
And how is your dear mother these days?
Good.
And your sister?
Yes. Though, Mother's looking for a housemaid. If you know anyone.
It's so difficult to find good people.
Especially for Mother, on account of an experience. A bad experience that she had when young. Turned out the housemaid who dressed her and rubbed her all over for 2 years was a man. It was only on account of a fist fight with a footman that he was discovered.
Is this suitable for the dinner table, Tib?
Oh, sorry, Anne. I forgot what an innocent you are. But between you and me, I think she knew. I think she enjoyed a good grubbling with her housemaid and didn't want to own.
Don't you think you've had enough?
Well, it's only my second. To Anne's health and happiness on her birthday, may this be the year you find the companion you truly deserve.
My lord.
Upstairs. Do I get a good night kiss?
Uncle, I can only apologise.
Night. Auntie. Night. Uncle.
And like Miss Norcliffe to let herself down like that.
I can only assume she's unwell.
Have you been connected with Tib recently?
Not since Manchester.
So you have?
Well, I was on my own. What else was I supposed to do?
You didn't have much faith in me.
Now I know how you feel.
But she draws attention to herself, drinking hard and sitting with all the freedom of a man. Your aunt and uncle will smoke us all if she's not careful.
No, they've not the nous. I don't know why she's behaving like this.
She's jealous. She wants to supplant me and live with you for herself.
I haven't told her of our engagement.
It doesn't matter. She's making plans of her own, and you've encouraged her. For us to have any hope of living together, you must be faithful. And look on me as your wife.
There's only you.
I don't feel like a kiss tonight.
Don't worry, I'll catch the afternoon flight.
Why do you drink so much? I heard the servants talking. They said you'd had 6 or 7 glasses before lunch.
I said I'd go. Leave you with Mariana. You're still silly over her, aren't you?
Promise me you won't drink so much again.
Promise me you won't lose yourself to her again.
I'm sure I don't know what you mean.
She's not worthy of you. I'd do anything for you.
Thank you for my book. I'll see you again soon. Two kisses, one after the other. Mariana spoke in the very act.
Can you ever love anyone else?
kept your journal? No. Not properly. Not at school. Too busy. Flirting with all the girls.
Well, I'm not surprised. I was always getting to scrapes with them. And I know I would never have been introduced.
You knew. That's why you were introduced.
Will you let me do your hair? I shall make you pretty as a picture.
Your hair is looking very fine tonight, Anne.
Thank you, Aunt. Why, Uncle James, you've an innocent countenance, but you're a devil at cards.
It's good to have you here, Mrs. Lawton.
Oh, the pleasure's all mine. Dear old Shibden, who never changes.
And how do you like Lawton Hall?
A great deal. It's a grand house. Not as cosy as Shibden, but very pleasing to the eye.
And can it expect a son and heir any time soon?
Why, I don't know. These things rest with God. I would like to have a child. My future's uncertain without one. But I'm going to look after you. What will convince you? My Freddie. Come to church with me tomorrow. We can take the sacrament together. Bind our engagement. I can show you off. I have to catch the morning coach, remember? Charles has a hunting party. Wants me to make an appearance. But I'm sure we had another day. It's as hard for me as it is for you.
Just leave him. Leave him now. This could be our life.
It will happen soon enough. Charles is ailing every day. I can't bear it. We are to read a chapter of the New Testament at the same time every day, until we can be together again. But oh, Mariana, my wife and all I love, how the waiting gnaws at me.
We were saddened to hear of your nephew, Mrs. Priestley.
Our hearts go out to you.
Tragic business. The sister seems beside herself.
It's no surprise. She's lost a brother and gained an immense responsibility. He died intestate. Everything goes to Miss Walker. With all the land and properties, she's now one of the wealthiest young heiresses in Yorkshire, if not England. I cannot rest until she's safely married.
Called the gig round. It's only us. Uncle's unwell, so he says.
How do I look?
Like you.
Good.
I'd rather be at a rat hunt at home than trussed up here at Mrs. Priestley's. Then why have you come? To make amends with you, of course.
Oh, Tib, we are old friends. It is all forgotten.
Then one drink will do no harm. You need not fear. I am the model of sobriety these days. I've taken entirely to coursing. I dream only of horses and hares and greyhounds. And you.
Oh, you do flatter me. Mariana. Anne. Tib.
Miss Lister, how splendid to see you again.
Mr. Lawton.
I'm indebted to you for taking such care of Marianne on her recent visit.
Her home is my home. You, sir, look remarkably well.
Thank you.
That's what having a young wife does for him.
Well, indeed. She keeps the life about me. Don't you, Twinkle?
Enjoy your evening.
How can she bear such a brute? All for a carriage and a jointure.
Don't be so indelicate, Tib.
I too lost a brother. So I understand. I still grieve for him. But what is the point in giving way? It is uncommon, Miss Walker, but the hopes of both our families rest with us.
And here, our very own war hero, Captain Ainsworth, wishes to be introduced. He was decorated at Waterloo. Captain Ainsworth, may I present to you Miss Anne Walker?
Miss Lister, how goes your masterwork on similes?
Too well to be discussed with one as boorish as a satire.
These learned ladies, no time for us men.
You've got to know your place, sir.
You mustn't stare so.
I can't help it.
And the ring? How can you be so barefaced?
Would you prefer if I wasn't here at all?
Of course not. I have to be careful when I'm with Charles.
How long for? You led me to believe he was decrepit.
Looks are deceiving.
But how long?
Now is not the time to speculate.
Can we not do without this whole motley set? Do you know Rawson once called me Jack to my face?
Why? What does he know?
Nothing.
Some food, my love.
Am I? Your love? How does she love you?
Why, we all love Mariana. I just wish we saw more of you, dear. Come and remember me to your charming sisters.
Forgive me. Fault is all mine.
Stop it. The evening has lowered.
Stop it, I say. Promise Mariana. Promised Mariana? And what has she promised you? While she wears herself out in the service of her husband every night.
I have never disguised the fact that my heart is hers.
But what has she promised? To live with you? That'll never happen.
When Charles dies, she will be my companion here at Shibden.
That could be 20 years yet. Has she not gulled you enough?
I will not have another word said against Mariana. You're jealous.
And you're misguided. Anne. I know I can be. Well, you know what I am. But I love you more than anything. And I would be your companion now. All I want, all I have ever wanted is to be with you.
But I do not love you. Not in the same way.
So you were still connected with her?
No, no. That would be adultery.
Liar!
You question my veracity. We can no longer be friends.
But what kind of friend have you become? The Anne I used to know was quite above telling an untruth.
You presume too much. Must be the drink.
Then I shall bother you no more.
Charles suspects. He watches me all the time. I dare not risk him finding your letters. He would quiz me about the code. Yet I cannot bring myself to destroy them. Keep them safe, for both our sakes. And do not write again until I tell you.
My fancy and my thoughts are sick. Can I trust her? Do I waste my life in vain expectation?
Miss, come quick.
My darling Mariana, I write to you as mistress of Shibden. True to his word, My uncle has entailed all to me, and though saddened by his passing, I cannot help but think of our future. After all these years, I am now furnished with the means to take care of you. I spend each day working to make Shibden a home for us. I can no longer wait for the death of Charles to release you. You are my wife, in honour and in love. Come now, and we shall plan a way to be together, openly, and at once.
I am in mourning for your uncle, as a tribute to you, Fred. I will be passing through Halifax next month, en route to York. Meet me at the coaching inn, and we will decide what is to be done.
When is the coach to York due?
Same time as what last time you asked.
Do you have any biscuits?
Precious loan. I walked all the way from Shibden to meet you. Get in.
What were you thinking? A fine story you've given the coachman and everyone he carries for the next week. Miss Lister marching across the moors like a mad woman.
No, please, I'm sorry. Just come home with me. Come home to Shibden with me.
No, I can't.
Why can't you? Just come. Leave Charles. You don't need him anymore.
And what would I tell him?
It doesn't matter.
People would say things. You must understand that I would rather die than our connection be known.
You're ashamed of me.
Why? You draw attention to yourself, so how can you be my wife if you're ashamed to be seen with me? You have to keep playing this game. Women can't marry. We could have a good life. See each other often. If only you wouldn't insist on us living together.
That's no lie.
You live in a girlish dream. Yes, we might live as companions, but the way you are with me. Think. People would smoke us in days. We'd be ruined, ridiculed, cut by all society.
Then why have you said you would live with me for so long?
Because I love you.
And how loud?
The world is the way it is, and we cannot change it.
Then I see you are not the woman of all hours for me. I crave a stronger character. Only in bed are you excellent.
You cannot live without me.
Oh, but I do. And I cannot bear it any longer. I want to share my life with someone. I want that. Or nothing at all.
I can't.
We need a trip. A long one.
I've always enjoyed the lakes.
I was thinking Paris. For a year. Maybe 2.
2 years?
Well, Halifax is so vulgar and stifling. There's no suitable society.
Oh, what about Shibden? And all the improvements you've set in motion?
Poor old Shibden. Will work make a difference? Perhaps we should just pull it down and start again.
You're right. You do need a trip.
Mr. Rawson downstairs for you, miss.
Miss Lister, come on business.
Stay there, Aunt.
You going abroad?
What do you want, Mr. Rawson?
10 acres of land up near Connery, neighbouring my pit. I'd like to lease it from you and mine it. More coal for me, but a useful cash for you on your journey.
What price do you propose?
100 an acre. 120.
Do you think I'm a soft touch because I'm a female?
You, Miss Lister? Hardly. 140.
Save your breath, Mr. Rawson. I won't be leasing it to you.
So you're just going to let it sit there and grow daisies while you run up debts on the continent? I know we've had our differences, but this is business.
You sound earnest. Must be a lot of coal down there.
There is.
Well, perhaps I'll mine it myself.
With what? A knife and a fork? Do you know how much it costs to sink a mine?
No. I will find out.
When you do, you come and find me. We both know the Listers are rich in name only. But the offer will stand. At 100 an acre.
Forgive me, Aunt. We've some unpacking to do. It's as if I've woken from a feverish dream. I can live and work and still be happy. I have been an Icarus, but shall fall less fatally. From this moment, I will, without remorse, suit my convenience. This is a large house for one person.
Some days more than others. Shall we?
You have fine taste.
It's all my father's. I've done no more than choose a spot to sit.
You have chosen well. The light here agrees with your complexion.
Would you like some cake?
Thank you. I have come to inquire about the coal mine on your land.
I don't know much about it. My father's old steward manages it.
I have a mind to sink my own, so wish to educate myself. Mr. Rawson wants to lease my land, but only, I suspect, because he's helping himself to its coal from his side.
He came to visit me as well, to ask to buy our mine outright.
You refused?
On my steward's advice. He claimed the price he offered was an insult.
I should talk to your steward.
By all means. I shall send him to you.
That's very kind, Miss Walker. It's difficult to know who to trust. Alas, I fear it might be some time before I can amass the necessary capital to compete. Unless, of course, I can find someone to invest. Tell me, Miss Walker, do you like Byron?
Some books on engineering from my father's library, which may be of some practical help.
Some books from my own library, with thanks. Perfectly impractical. This is the figure I reached with your steward. I shall call it the Walker Pit, as a compliment to you. Our first pit was sunk to the bottom last week, 110 yards deep, and is said to be one of the handsomest pits in the county.
Very good. If a coal pit can be said to be handsome.
And sometime next spring, well, we hope to begin a second.
And how will you be financing that?
Why, with return from the first.
I'm grateful to you for providing my niece with some occupation. I worry for her. In a big house, on her own.
We have much in common.
Fortune hunters must be a great concern, Mrs. Priestley.
Indeed. Did I mention I saw the Lawtons at the races in York? Mariana told me she feels so much happier these days now she's made new friends and cultivated some society. I'm so pleased she's settled.
Can you ever love anyone else?
usual reading is the penny magazine. So much is changing in farming and business that if we remain ignorant, there will be those that will take advantage.
Miss Lister, Miss Walker, won't you step inside? Let me buy you a beer.
Not until you stop sending men to intimidate our pit workers.
That's a cheap price you're selling cola.
We set a price that is fair to our customers.
I'll always go a penny cheaper.
We sell door to door, you sell on the canals. I don't see where any competition.
Well, I've got to be suspicious of any man who won't take a drink, is there, Bill?
Indeed.
You are doing everything possible to make me want to compete.
Make way, Bill. Let the gentleman pass.
Where's your cup stand? If you do, I'll drop you.
I'd like to see you try. I think you should come and stay with me and Shipton while this business rages. I think it'd be safer for us both. I've put you in the red room, Miss Walker. I hope you'll feel at home.
Is that necessary?
What, Aunt?
Won't she share with you?
I'm sure Miss Walker would like her privacy. I hardly see you. How are you today?
Good news from my steward. We've secured the contract to supply coal to the canal landings.
No.
They'll take all our coal, no more hauling door to door.
Oh, this is wonderful news. We shall have wine with our lunch. I shall go down to the Walker pit tomorrow, tip all the workers, see if we can't up their productivity even more.
We're lucky. They're good men.
Here's an option.
What's that, Aunt?
Marriage announcements. Captain Tom Lister of Shibden Hall to Miss Anne Walker, Legley of Lydgate. We beg to congratulate the couple on their happy connection.
I see that. It's a good joke. No doubt Mr. Rawson up to some trick. Well, if you think something so trivial can upset us, he's very much mistaken.
Who's Tom?
Like this. Still and strong. Oh, it's so heavy. What's that? Do you believe my aunt could hold it better? Breathe in, and when you're ready, breathe out and slowly squeeze the trigger. What is it?
Miss Walker, your aunt is here to see you.
Mrs. Priestley.
Come out of concern, child. Such shocking rumours are circulating. Things in the paper.
Ah, you saw the joke announcement, no doubt.
Why are you here?
She is my guest.
What made you come? Without any consultation? You can stay with me if you need a change.
I am made most welcome.
You must leave at once.
Well, business, we
shouldn't be involved in business. You have a steward for that. People are insinuating things. Things which may prevent you securing a husband.
I do not want a husband.
What?
I do not want a husband.
You? I dare not even say by what unnatural means you have brought her here.
Mrs. Priestley, you yourself always tell people I'm the most natural person you know.
Anne? Anne, look at me! Return to your family before its good name is ruined forever.
I wish to stay here with you.
Anne, this is important. Your aunt is right. Are you sure you understand what is being insinuated?
I think so.
That you and I do this? And me? Are you sure you understand?
Rawson is here to see you, miss.
Tell him I'll be there.
Miss Lister, I have a proposition that may be of interest to you. You know how it can be in business. One needs to raise a bit of capital sometimes. Oh, hell. Do you want to buy the pit that neighbours yours?
Cut those prices a bit too low, did you? No, Mr. Rawson. I do not want to buy your pit, nor see you in this house or on my land ever again.
Well, you've more nous than me, I'll grant you that. The way you've pocketed Miss Walker's fortune, I'm actually impressed.
We're running out of fresh soil.
There's some more in the stables. I'll get the groom to bring some round.
I'll go.
That was quick.
My Freddie. Mariana. I thought the announcements in the paper were a joke. Now I see they're true.
I found someone.
Shy Miss Walker. Is she all that you hope for?
We suit each other. And I like her very much.
Like? I do believe I could leave Charles now and he would barely notice. He has acquired other female interests. Might there still be a place for me in your heart?
You made your choice.
I can't say I'll make it. I was foolish. About trivial things. You can't love her the way we loved. It's not possible. Freddie. My Freddie.
It's Anne. You must be tired after your journey. Let me get you some refreshment.
I should continue. My family are expecting me.
I'll walk you to your carriage.
No.